Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my large die of the month video. I am Melanie with melaniesmithstamps. If you're visiting for the first time, I want to say welcome to my video or my channel. If you've had a good time while you've been here, I would absolutely love for you to hit that like and subscribe button by the end of the video. I do strive to craft with you. That is my goal, is to craft with you, craft life with you. So I'm going to build the birds with you. I thought we would start there today. I have already made our card base. I just used a beautiful light blue. I believe this is Spellbinders. I can't think of the name right off the top of my head. I'll put it down here at the bottom so you can know what color I'm talking about. But we're going to build a birdhouse on top of here. For any of you that have not seen, here is the large die of the month. And we're going to change it up a little bit, and we're going to have a painted blue birdhouse on top of our blue background. We're going to have a darker blue birdhouse though. And then I'm going to use the glitter cardstock from Spellbinders in white to do the snow. So I thought we would do a male and a female for our birds here, and I've divided up their pieces so we don't mix them up. So I wanted to do a little ink blending on a mama bird. I've always loved birds, and I thought we would play a little bit making the male and the female cardinal. Now you could change these up easily by just changing your cardstock colors. I thought the female is always a little lighter, so I thought we would just come in like this maybe and just give her a tinge of red and let her be more to the brown. And I'm going to do that here on her face as well. This is where her little beak is going to go. And her little eye goes up here. But we'll just put a little bit of shadow on both sides of her face. Leave a little of that highlight in the middle. Then she has a tuft at the top of her head. So we will give that a little color also. Try to leave a little of the brown, the light brown. Trying not to color all of it because I want it to stay to the lighter tone for sure, like they are in nature. I actually have a family of cardinals in my backyard, and there's this large bush right by the entrance of my backyard. And I watched them come right out. It was the bright red cardinal just the other day. Step right out of the hole in the bush and come right out, and it showed me exactly where they lived. It was the coolest thing. I just love birds, especially ones in my very own backyard. So that will be her wing that sits right here. I believe. No, that might be the one behind. I think this one is the one that sits there. We'll look at the picture to make sure. But I'm just going to ink up this feather. I could be doing this on my sticky mat, but I thought I'll just use my glass mat. What the heck, right? So then that one, I believe, goes right there. There we go. Okay. So we could put a little bit of darkness on this one. Let's see what the red looks like on this one if I go a little harder. Just to put a little shadow on this side. The color I'm using here is Velvet by Altenew. Yeah, we'll just give him some dark on the one side. So he just has some tone on tone. We'll do that to his head too. The little tuft. Now, if you want to change these birds, you could go blue and go cardinal. And cardinals would have the little tuft, I think, on the top of their head too. Or you could go and take this off and make them look completely different. So go with your browns, or you could go, yellow and black or red and black. I mean, you could do a bunch of different things just by what inks and colors you choose to use. So we're just putting a little depth on these little pieces here. That's all I'm doing here. And doing my best not to mix up my pieces so I don't have a hard time putting them together. Okay, so we're going to move them all up there, trying not to get the red on the beak. Move this ink aside. And I'm going to clean that ink off our surface really quick. Okay, now let's build our birds. So I'm going to, okay, let's build our birds. I'm going to use my Sweet Petunia glue press. Oops. And we will go ahead and put these pieces right where they go. And you do have debossed little diagrams there on your die cuts for placement, which is very helpful. There we go. Then we can put this one. Let's go ahead and put this one on first. Oops. That one is moving just a little bit, so I'm going to move that right back up where it belongs. Hold it for a couple seconds. There we go. And then we'll sit this one right about, well, let's tilt it a little bit. How about there? I probably should have put this one on first. There we go. Oh, I like that. Covers up the fact that I had some glue under there. All right. Then we'll go ahead and put her little tuff right here. Let's see. Maybe, you know what? Oh, there we go. I was doing it the wrong way because I'm not looking at the embossed images. That little piece right there goes right under there like so. Press it down just a little bit. Let me pull that up so you can see it. See how that just slid right behind there? There is a little debossed curved edge right there. And yes, unfortunately, the ink does not come off as pretty on the fingers as it does on the glass mat. But that is a-okay. So now we will put a tiny bit of glue right there where the eye is and go ahead and turn this little piece over and put it right down in there. Perfect. Love that. Then we'll put her beak. Let's see where I'm going to want it. I think it goes right like so. And this little piece goes right there. Super cute. And why don't we wait to put the feet on until we know exactly where she's going to be perched. So I'm going to go ahead and move her out of the screen. Just sit her up here. And then let's do Mr. Bird. Okay, beak and cheek. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get the top of his head, since we know where that's going. A little too heavy for the ninja, but that's okay. Kind of a big piece there. That goes right like so. I might tilt it just a little bit. I think I want to tilt it to the back a little bit because he's kind of looking backwards. So let's put his eye on first, his head, I mean. So we'll put that right like this. It's always nice to see these come together. And there's actually a little glue under there right now. So I'm going to go ahead and see if this little eye will go right down in there. Okay. Tilt that just a tad. Put that right down in there. Love it. I'm going to go ahead and put a tiny piece right there for his cheek. Had to make the cheeks pink. They were white in the example, but I needed to have pink cheeks. And then we will put his beak right in there. There we go. Oh, I like him. I like him. Oh, you know what? I may not even put his feet on. I kind of like him flying. I like this one flying. Maybe there'll be room in our finished project for him flying. I'm going to go ahead and put his wings on here, because I really like this one. I think the other one might be perched, and this one might be flying. I'm just feeling it. You know, that's the beauty about these clubs, is there's no right or wrong way. That goes for any project, not just the clubs, but it's your art. And it's your imagination, and you can do whatever your heart feels. And I just think that is adorable. Look at the little bird. I just love that. Oh, I just love that. He looks so happy flying. So I'm going to sit him up there out of the picture so we can bring in our card base and bring in our actual birdhouse. Now, we have this gorgeous, and I've done it in a really dark, so I know it's hard to see, but gorgeous branch. I love this branch. Now, he is going to be holding our birdhouse. I thought this would be perfect for 5x7. I do have some snow here if we decide to use it. These were die cut from the set. So I do have those. Then the way this birdhouse comes together is these pieces actually attach to the snow. There's indentions right here, and you can see this little round section right there. This piece fits in there perfectly right on top, okay? And it runs right along the edge, like so. So that leaves this awkward little shape right here, which is where this piece comes in and nestles right in there like that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those two to the glitter and let that dry. These pieces fit perfect. You see that? They fit absolutely perfect right in there like that. Now I used a darker cardstock, and yes, this does have a little time, drying time on glitter cardstock, but I did use a darker cardstock on this part because it's the eave of the house, and the eave is going to be in the shadows. So I used a darker color, and then this is going to go on top of your birdhouse like so. But you also have this piece here. Now, I should have die cut this in this darker color because that probably would be shadow as well. And I'm debating if I should darken it, but I don't want this to get really more dark than this already. We already have 3 tones of blue here, so I think I'm just going to leave it alone because this already is kind of a dark birdhouse as it is. So I really don't want to darken any more of this. So for now, I'm just going to stay with this. If this birdhouse was a little lighter, I would darken these edges. But because of this, and because I've already gotten 3 blues going on here, I'm going to leave it as is. But this probably would be a darker color because it's in the shadow. So we'll go ahead, because this roof hangs over here, we'll go ahead and put this piece on first. Okay. Then we will put this piece on second. And I think I'm going to glue from here because I can see on here where that debossed section is. So I know exactly where to glue. Because we're not ready to glue this down just yet. And there we go. Isn't that cute? There we go. Okay, so here is the base of our birdhouse. And then we have our tree limb, which I think I'm going to go ahead and attach. I do want to put some greenery in here. So I think I'm just going to use this snow, maybe here, and this snow in this area, maybe up the little branch there. So let me go ahead and attach those to the branch like so. Yeah, isn't that cute the way they made it to look like it's just sitting on top of the branch? I love this branch. Okay, so we're going to do this across here. And then we're going to have our bow coming down like so. Like that. Okay. We do have a door opening here. The whole of the birdhouse. And it's a 2-piece, just to give it a little dimension. So I'm going to hook those 2 pieces together. I didn't do them in different colors, but I did do them in the same dark brown as I did the top branch. So we'll put that right there for the whole of the birdhouse. And then we are going to put our perch, and I think little Miss Lady here is going to be sitting on the perch. So sit that about right there. Then we have this tiny little circle. And this piece goes on the end of the perch. Right here. There we go. Talk about an eye for detail. I'm also going to glue this on. So let's go ahead and height-wise for our card. I think that looks good. So let's go ahead and do that. Then there's this little piece here which also goes to the bow, and it's the bow's tails. So it's gonna go up here. So let's just go ahead and put her right here. Okay, come on. Be good to me, Mama. Be good to me. There we go. Let's see. I think we should pop her up, guys. I think this needs a little dimension. So let's pop our little birds up. Give them some flight. Let's get her right here. And this is where I thought that the darker color of the birdhouse would be okay, because the pops of color that are going to be in our birds and are also going to be in our greenery and our berries. So that's where I'm thinking that this is all going to be okay. Let's go ahead and get our branch in place. Because we still got the greenery from this set. And I pulled in a couple extra sets, or just a couple extra things from the small die of the month as well, because they go together so beautifully. But I needed some berries from a holly, so I went ahead and brought in the little sprig of berries for the holly, and I am going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, but I'm not going to glue all the way to the edge because I want tuckability. Just in case we want to tuck some of that greenery into behind our birdhouse. So we'll go ahead and do everything here, but the actual edges. So let's go ahead and put that down. Well, maybe move it a little bit there. Okay. Centering the birdhouse, not the bow. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Then, like I said, I think I want him to fly. So I think I'm going to put him out here without his feet, because I think he looks like he's more flying without his feet. So I think I'm going to let him go out there. Doesn't he look happy flying? He's looking back at his mama. His love. Not his mama, but the mama. And I think he looks really cute. So we're going to put him out there. And then we will do our foliage. All right. Here we go, little bird. How about we're flying like so? There we go. So we have him popped up as well, looking back to the little lady. And now let's look at our foliage. So I want a little sprig of something right here. Maybe something tucked in some places. Maybe a little sprig. So let's just play a little bit. I thought we would have some of this, and I may make it shorter and cut it. Let's just put a few things here and there, and we'll see what it looks like. And these are the hollies, or the berries that I made from the small die set. The small die of the month. And let me trim them down just a little bit. Make them easier to tuck. Like so. I wanted my holly to have a little berry if I decided to do that. Something like that. And then maybe maybe have this and one of these. Let's see. I think that one's all punched out. Maybe something like this down here. And something like this up here. Just a little bit. We don't need to go all crazy with the branches. I just wanted a little bit here and there. Could even put another holly up here. Let's see how I would like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. Do I want the berries up here though, opposite of the mama? Because they're kind of the same color. I use the same ink there, and then I could have this one down here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do something like that. And then I will reserve this. I didn't make a sentiment yet, but I will reserve this for a sentiment. What do y'all think? Look at my little boy and girl cardinal. That turned out really cute. I was not sure, 100% sure where that was going this time, but I really like it. I love that little girl one. And all that was a really pale brown cardstock with just a little bit of shading to it. And you could see his dark shading here too, where he's just turning back and has a little shadow there. Awesome. All right, guys, well, come back and see me, and make sure you've checked out all of the videos this month. I've had small die, stitch, and stencil. I've had glimmer. I have BetterPress, all of the things. So feel free to come back and see me again soon. I will be back on the 10th with a new release. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye, my friends.